Hey guys, Big815 here, and today we'll be reviewing my Glock 17 Generation 4, and let's get oh, wait a second, that's my Springfield Armory Operator, and my Springfield V10 Ultra Compact, compact, got excited, look at that, ported barrel, love it. Just a little teaser, I will be reviewing these. I also own these too. Very amazing guns, awesome to shoot, very fun. But anyways, moving on, Glock 17 Generation 4. There it is. The first thing I like to address before I even get into the review is I have a new camera and a new tripod. So my videos should start, the quality of my videos should improve. Hopefully I'll get better at reviewing and my talking points, because that needs to change as well. I need to stop repeating myself as much. But anyways, this isn't a critique about me and my reviewing skills. This is about the gun. First thing I like to get out of the way are the specs. This is the Glock 17, the full-size 9mm. Out of the family of 9mm, we have the 17, which is the full-size, the Glock 19, the G19, which is the compact, and then the 26, which is the subcompact, also all three of them chambered in 9mm. There's actually another one that's the Glock 17L, which is the longer barrel for competition, I believe. But let's go ahead and safety check this, get that out of the way. Mag is empty. We have 3 mags here, all 3 empty. Gun is clear. No mag, nothing in the chamber. Okay. Fire in a safe direction. Done. Okay, as far as specs go, I hate to do it, but some people do like to hear the specs of the gun. Like I said, this is chambered in 9mm. The overall barrel length is 4.49 inches. The trigger, the weight of the trigger, or the trigger pull, better yet, is 5.5 pounds. The overall weight of the gun unloaded is 22.04 ounces. When it's loaded with a full mag of 9mm, it weighs 31.91 ounces. Okay, the overall width of the gun is 1.18 inches. Let's see if we can get that in frame there. It's not super thick, but it's not the slimmest gun out there. And the overall length of the gun is 7.32 inches. Okay, the mags that it comes with are standard mags. They are 17+1. Sorry if some stuff is not in frame, I'm getting used to this camera thing. Okay, 17+1. And I believe the Gen 4, I've bought so many mags, but I know this. The Gen 4 Glocks come with 3 mags, as opposed to Gen 3 Glocks coming only with 2 mags. You get 3 mags in the box. Okay, standard brush. Cleaning brush there with the removable tip. You get the loader to help you in loading. I like this for women or younger people who don't have the strength to load the magazines, but if you're an able person, even if you're a woman, I'm not going to say that if you're a woman you should use this. I don't feel like anybody should use these that's going to be shooting this firearm or carrying it. I think that you should get used to putting those rounds in yourself and feeling the strength of those springs and getting used to it, because you're going to be loading this gun and unloading this gun as you go. Obviously it comes with other standard stuff, the case that you saw earlier, the manual for the Glock, the interchangeable back straps. Since this is a Gen 4, you can see here where you can knock that pin out and remove the back straps to fit your hand. There's a small, medium, and large. Let's move this around here. So yeah, that's what comes in the box. A lot of NRA paperwork for you to join. The spent casing, obviously, that tells you that the gun was test fired before it got sent out to you. You know what, better yet, let's remove all this stuff and give the attention to the gun. Okay. Differences between the Gen 3 and the Gen 4. Right off the bat, you can notice the texture. The texture on here is different. than the Gen 3. The Gen 3 grip is basically kind of like a slapped-on grip. It actually looks like this that's on the speed loader. I don't know if you can see that, but it's like a tape. Not really a tape, it's just on the plastic itself, but it's just like a synthetic grip. It's just slapped on there, and I was not a fan of it. I owned a Glock 19, which is the compact version of this, smaller barrel, and 9mm as well, and I didn't like it. My hands would get sweaty, and I much more prefer this grip, I gotta be honest. I know a lot of people that like the Gen 3 were gonna hate that comment, but this Gen 4 grip, you can't deny that they did a better job. Sorry. In my opinion. Sorry. Other than that, the back straps, the Gen 3, you could not change out the back straps. Gen 4, you can. Also, one of the main things that changed, also you get an additional magazine, as I pointed out earlier. You get 3 mags instead of your standard 2. One thing that I did have issues with, and people, will say that this is why the Gen 3 is better than the Gen 4. I'm going to go ahead and take this apart really quick, check it again, make sure nothing in there, nothing in the chamber. Dry fire. Let's take it apart, shall we? Okay, one of the main issues that this gun had, some people say it's a recall, which it somewhat was. And I noticed it right off the bat without even realizing or knowing that there was a recall for the spring. The original spring that this gun came with was this one right here. And it's the same spring that they use for their much, much smaller subcompact guns. Okay? It's a double spring, and it was the first one that came in with the Glock Gen 4, from at least this Glock Gen 4. And as you can see, I haven't done anything to it. Since the day I got it, once I was putting it in and out of the gun every time I'd field strip it, I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, you can definitely see that. That spring is coming off the edge there. It's coming off of that cusp. And that really bothered me. That bothered me so much that I was like, I didn't know about the recall. I didn't know that you could, Glock would send you a free spring. A much better spring, upgraded as you see here. This is a new spring that they send you. Once you give them your serial number and they know that you have an old spring, they send you this one, which is a lot better. They did a huge improvement, and I love this spring. But initially I started out with this one, and I knew something was up. I knew that cusp there wasn't right. And I actually went ahead and one step further. I found a solution for it before I even found out about the replacement spring that I could get. And yes, you're going to say, oh, it's a Gen 3 spring. Well, it basically is. Was to buy this bushing that would sit here and work as an adapter for the older style spring. Let's see here. See that? Old style spring. Then I found out about the they had solved the issue. They issued an apology, and they said that anybody just call ahead. They had a number. If I find it, I'll list it. So we can get this bushing out. Call ahead. Give us your serial number, and we'll send you a free spring. You don't have to pay for anything. There's the new one. Look at that. Okay. So that was the only issue. And a lot of people will say that did it in for the Gen 4. I disagree with that. Sometimes when guns come out, they have issues like this, but Glock addressed it right away and got rid of it and came up with a solution, which is great. So, still in my honest opinion, Gen 4 is still better, and it's not because I only own Gen 4, because like I said, I own a Gen 3, and just the overall ergonomics of this gun feel better. It does, in my opinion. What I will say, though, is that when I purchased this gun, this was the first gun I bought when I was 21 years old, and I had just started concealed carry. I got my permit, and this was the first gun I bought. What I liked was the caliber. I liked the round capacity. I thought that was great. What I didn't take into account when thinking about concealed carry was the size of this gun. Yes, it's possible to conceal carry it. I've done it before, I've done it many times, and I still do it now, mainly in the winter. But it is difficult compared to other guns, and it was kind of like a learning process for me because I realized that this gun is not easy, or not as easy to conceal as other guns. A good choice for a first time conceal carry would be the little brother of this one, which is the Glock 19. It's got a shorter barrel. Overall, same width. The width is manageable, but the barrel length will shorten the distance that the gun rides up on your hip if that's where you're going to carry it, and it makes a big difference. Okay? But I don't recommend this for conceal carry. It's possible, you can do it. People do it with those huge 1911s. I've done it, but I don't recommend it. There's so many more other viable options that will be more comfortable and not as heavy as this. With that being said, as a range gun, I love it. To go out to the range and put 9mm downrange, it is so much fun to shoot. It is incredibly accurate. Very pleased with it. I'm not an amazing shot, but with this guy, I'm very confident. Another thing that's great about this gun is that there are so many aftermarket parts. There's a lot of different manufacturers that make aftermarket parts for these guns, and they're really, Glock in general, you know, straying away from the Gen 3 versus Gen 4 topic, I want to talk about just the gun now. And so many options out there. There's extended magazine release, extended slide release, or slide catch. Here are some of the stuff that I've purchased, some of the things that I've purchased. A chrome kit, a chrome pin kit. I replaced, at one point, I replaced all the pins out and put these chrome ones, chrome takedown lever, which is this little lever right here. Replace it with a chrome one, so you can kind of give it a two-tone color. I also had the KKM Precision stainless steel barrel, so to give it that two-tone look. I went back to the stock stuff, to the black pins, and I took all the chrome stuff out. It kind of made it look cheesy, but I did do it for a while, and it's good to experiment and, you know, get to know your gun and take it apart. And a lot of this stuff is, you can do it yourself, because this gun is, as you saw earlier, so easy to take apart and to learn and to be able to manipulate. You know, most of this stuff is for looks, at least this stuff anyway. You know, the extended releases and the extended slide release, that would be more for use, but there's a lot of stuff you can do for looks. I put everything back stock. The only thing that I did change was put a custom plate, back plate here on the back of the slide. I changed the sights out and put Trijicon night sights, so you can see those. I love the night sights. I'm a big fan of it. I used to have the KKM Precision barrel in. This is supposedly it's supposed to be a more accurate barrel, and you can shoot lead bullets at it. Lead bullets out of it. It doesn't have to necessarily be jacketed ammo. But honestly, I got it for the looks. It's a very cool looking barrel, especially with all the accessories that matched it. So what I'm getting at is that the gun is very simple to take apart, simple to get to learn, and you have tons of aftermarket parts that are interchangeable with this gun. So it is a good beginner gun. Like I said, not the best carry option, but you can use the same platform, Glock Gen 4, in the, you know, Glock 19 or the Glock 26 or any of the other baby Glocks or compact Glocks, and just get to know the platform. It's a very easy platform to learn. Like I said, not the best carry option. I wouldn't recommend it for carry, but for the range, it's a lot of fun. It's a great tool to teach, you know, beginner shooters grip and the basic fundamentals, sight picture, sight alignment. You know, you're not dealing with a small gun that they're going to put in their pocket, you know, that they might end up carrying. This is a good starter gun to get those basic fundamentals down, or at least help someone learn the basic fundamentals down. So yeah, I would say that's all I have to say about it. If you have any questions or comments, please rate, comment, subscribe. Trying to think if I left anything out. Oh, also, as far as accessories, like I have here, 17 round mag, 33 round mag. Okay. How cool is that, huh? Alright, well, you get what I'm trying to say, that there's a ton of aftermarket things here. Also, another custom thing that I did to it, as you can tell, this mag, the lettering and the numbers are white. This one's blacked out. The stock mags come blacked out. Everything is blacked out. Same thing for the gun. You see how you can make out Glock 17 Gen 4, all that stuff is blacked out. The serial number is also blacked out. But if you go online, if you go on YouTube, which you're already on if you're watching this video, you can see how you can get a paint marker or a white crayon, and it gives a really nice look to the gun that you can see the lettering. It gives your magazines a great look, in my honest opinion. It really comes to life by taking a white paint marker or a white crayon and filling in those engravings. Well, yeah. If you have any questions, again, comments, I will be putting up more videos, more reviews, more of my thoughts on firearms that I currently own, and that or that I owned at one point, or that I've shot, my personal experience with them and what I think about them. So yeah, thanks for watching. Have a great day.